are germs? Germs are microscopic bacteria, viruses, and fungi that can cause disease, and they are found everywhere. Scientists study germs in laboratories to create effective medicine and vaccines to protect us.
90% of you are made of germ cells. So germs are all around the planet, in and on every living and non-living entity. And without germs, we as humans would die.
Germs travel through the air. They can also be transmitted through personal contact or indirect contact with an infected object.
In fact, there are common sense things that we can do to protect ourselves from intrusion by the bad germs.
Let's take a look at some. This is Penny. She lives in New York City along with 8 million other people and their germs. Let's see how she manages throughout the day. Penny works in a skyscraper in downtown Manhattan. Office buildings are cleaned on a regular basis, but that does not stop germs from settling on desks, doorknobs, and phones. Dr. Charles Gerba, a microbiologist at the University of Arizona, studied city offices with a team of researchers, and the results showed that New York had the dirtiest offices of all cities in the nation. Lucky for Penny, she has a few tricks for avoiding disaster. To get to her office, Penny must first take the elevator. When she pushes the button for the 6th floor, her finger will come into contact with all of the germs from the people that touched the button before her. Dr. Tierno advises to use a knuckle or elbow to push in the elevator button. It is better to use your elbow because there is less of a risk of you touching your face with it afterwards and spreading germs. At her job, Penny meets with some colleagues to discuss a business deal. Notice that she declines the box of donuts being passed around. This is a good idea. That box of donuts is full of germs. When offered communal food that has been touched by many people, it is best to politely decline, Dr. Gerba says. When the meeting is over, Penny's colleagues may want to shake hands to clinch the deal. Impolite though it may be, try to avoid contact with strangers. A 2010 study sponsored by the American Society for Microbiology and the American Cleaning Institute revealed that 85% of adults wash their hands after using the bathroom. That means 15% of people do not. You don't want to take a chance on that, do you, Penny? No. Instead, Penny will simply pick up items in both hands, so there is just no way she can shake someone's hand. Other ways to avoid shaking hands with someone include putting on gloves or simply saying that you are sick. Back at her apartment, Penny is getting ready for a night out with her friends. To get to the bar, she will need to take the subway. Thousands of people ride public transportation every day. Kids, adults, and even some dogs. The subway station may smell funny, but the air is actually pretty clean. Researchers at the University of Colorado tested the air quality in subways and found it to be similar to outside air. Inside the subway car is another story, though. Inside the subway, you are trapped in a confined space with air circulating around you and all of the other people. Bacteria can live on surfaces for hours or even days, depending on humidity levels. If you are going to take a seat, be glad that it is in a hard plastic chair. These carry less bacteria than cloth seats found on most buses. Before touching a pole, double-check that you do not have any open wounds on your hands where diseases can enter your body. Tested subway rails have shown E. coli, staph, and MRSA, a type of bacteria that can cause life-threatening infection. Penny joins her friends standing by the bar. Notice the shoes the other women are wearing. These are bacteria traps. Penny knows that bar floors and stools can contain yeast, feces, and E. coli, so she protected herself by wearing closed-toed shoes. And don't be fooled if you see the bartender wiping down the bar. Bars are usually wiped down with the same wet rag used before, so the germs get spread across the bar again. When Penny orders her drink at the bar, she is sure to ask for one without a lemon. That's a good idea because the lemon is usually handled by at least one other person before it gets onto your drink. Although it is illegal to garnish a drink with your bare hands in New York City, most bars do not follow the health department recommendation of using tongs or plastic gloves to touch the fruit. Best to bring hard candy that is fruit-flavored if you want that fresh lemon taste in your mouth. The women decide to go to the bathroom to powder their noses, a common practice with groups of women. Penny declines. She knows better and made sure to strap on a speedy cath, a compact catheter. Good girl, Penny, that can just be our little secret. Toilet seats are places where skin cells, urine, and fecal matter hide. Most public restrooms offer paper seat protectors, but those are not 100% effective and can easily tear. Flushing the toilet is another problem because when you flush, a mist of bacteria ranging from hepatitis A to salmonella can spray up to 20 feet. To avoid this, it is best to flush and run. While Penny waits for her friends, she starts a conversation with a young gentleman at the bar. The man is chivalrous and offers her a puff on his cigarette. Penny knows better, though, and declines. His mouth is filled with germs and quite possibly sexually transmitted diseases. But that's for another show. It is best to not share cigarettes, drinks, or silverware with others. At the end of the night, Penny waves goodbye to her friends and leaves the bar. Back at her apartment, Penny washes up and gets ready for bed. Another successful germ-free day.